Successful Prayer, Dr. Joseph Murphy. All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. There is one thing you cannot have, and that is something for nothing. As the professor said, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Some time ago, I was in a store, and they offered a package of blades for free. If you took 2 tubes of shaving cream, well, of course, they can't give blades free, as you know. That's included in the overall price. At least, it's included in the overall cost of running business or in the customer's charge. As nothing is free, you must give your attention, devotion, and loyalty to some subject. Then you will get a response. Come to the waters and drink. Buy wine and milk without money, without price, but the price is recognition. Price is belief, conviction. There's always a price to be paid. Nothing at all is free as salvation people say is free. No, it isn't. By grace are ye saved through faith, falter. And grace simply means the love, the light, and the glory of the infinite response to any man when he called upon it. Call upon me, I will answer you. I'll be with you in trouble. I will set you on because I have known my name. So, grace simply means the response of a supreme intelligence to your conscious thinking and acting. It's available to all men. It's not broke safe to certain people because of religious affiliation or creed or dogma. The nature of infinite intelligence is responsiveness. A response to all men when you try to learn to walk or when you learn to swim or to dance. You repeat it. A thought pattern, act again and again, and now you say it's second nature. Second nature, the response of your subconscious mind. Your conscious thinking and acting just like you drive an automobile. At first, you no longer, at least now, you no longer touch the car with intensity or grip the wheel with intensity. Not at all. You touch it lightly and actually through your subconscious mind and drive in the car. It's a effortless effort. In other words, it's effort without tension or stress. You paid the price. Didn't show an attention, devotion, and loyalty to a principle and stick to itness, determination. Now, you're able to drive the car or ride the bicycle or swim or play music blindfolded. You repeated a thought pattern again and again with your fingers, and now you play it automatically. It's your subconscious playing, so we pay the price for everything. Recognition, acceptance, and conviction. Give your attention, your devotion, your loyalty to any subject to learn the secrets back to you. And if you do not give your attention to a particular subject, whether it's chemistry or physics or mathematics, well, of course you will remain in darkness regarding that particular subject. I remember Mrs. Barnier. She was a wonderful teacher in NYC. She lived in the Lucerne Hotel where I lived for a time in New York. And I used to speak to her occasionally. And she had a friend, a childhood friend, who would come to listen to her. Take the books and all that she would borrow, the old clothes that Mrs. Barnier gave her. And all for a cold umbrella and things of that nature. And I said to her one time, why doesn't this woman listen to you, to your teaching? She doesn't have to borrow old clothes. Well, she said, she's unwilling to pay the price. She's unwilling to give attention. She's unwilling to apply these truths. She prefers old clothes to wisdom. And I think Mrs. Barnier was right. She preferred old clothes and second-hand umbrellas and things of that nature to the application of the mental and spiritual laws. All she had to do was give attention, devotion, and interest to those great truths. She didn't pay the price. She's unwilling to it, to pay the price, and that's true of many people. She was very sympathetic and more or less kept on giving her those old clothes because I suppose of sympathy, which of course didn't do the person any good. At a summer seminar and the Power of Your Subconscious Mind in Denver some years ago, a woman said to me, "I can't have anything I want if I'd only believed I had it in my mind." I explained to her that the only thing you cannot have in life is something for nothing. You can't. You have to pay the price. And that she would have to pay the price. She had been praying for healing of a skin condition for 10 years without no results. She had applied various astringent lotions and other topical medication without appreciable relief. The woman had never paid the price, and price for healing is faith in the infinite healing presence. For according to your faith, your belief is a dawn unto you. Now, faith is not in a creed or a dogma or a church or a man or anything of that nature. If you have faith, for example, in chemistry, don't you study the laws of chemistry, retraction, repulsion, the law of valency and so on? Of course you do, and you bring forth marvelous compounds which bless humanity in countless ways. Your faith grows as you give attention to the great principles of chemistry which are the same yesterday, today, and forever. So faith is attention, devotion, and loyalty to the one creative power. You have faith when you know thoughts are things. What you feel you attract, which you imagine it becomes. You have faith when you know that any idea emotionalized or felt is true and is deposited in the subconscious mind and comes forth as form, function, experience, and event. Then you would have faith in the creative laws of your own mind. He would have faith that an infinite intelligence is responsive to your thought when you call upon it and answer you. And you have definite faith and belief in there. For example, man had been lost in the jungle and they had faith that they would be directed and guided out of the place. They had no compass or sextants. They didn't know anything about stars, where the northern stars were. But some men sat down and said, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He leadeth me back to my battalion. He leads me to safety. He is guiding me now." And they followed the lead. That feeling that comes to men when you call on the supreme intelligence. And they were led oft times to the water where the river was going and flowing. They would follow the riverbank and them became rescued. That's the guiding principle. They paid the price, didn't they? Recognition, attention to it, calling upon it. Because if you do not call upon it and recognize it, it's the same as if it were not there. For this infinite intelligence will do nothing for you except through you. The price this woman had to pay was recognition of the power of the infinite acceptance of that healing presence and conviction that the healing is taking place now. For I am the Lord that healed thee. She had been given, but she had been giving power to an external saving. My skin is sensitive of the sun. I'm allergic to the cold weather. I believe this eczema is all over my arms due to heredity. My mother had a similar condition. It's my genes and chromosomes that are at fault. Her mind was divided. She was double-minded. She had never paid the price, which was to give her attention to the infinite healing presence and the law of our own subconscious mind. To trust that law and believe in the healing presence and that it would in response come to pass. She began to pray as follows. The infinite healing presence which created my body and all these organs knows all the processes and functions of my body. I claim, feel, and all definitely and absolutely at the infinite grandeur and glory of the infinite are made manifest in my mind and body. The wholeness, vitality, and life of the infinite flow through me now, and every atom of my being is transformed by the infinite healing presence. I fully and freely forgive everyone, and they pour out life, love, truth, and beauty, and all my relatives and in-laws. I know that I have forgiven everyone because I can meet the person in my mind and there is no longer any sting. I give thanks for the healing which is taking place now, and I know that what I call the answer comes. She repeated this prayer slowly, quietly, and reverently several times a day. She told me a prayer to my leaving Denver, and their remarkable change for the better had come over her entire being, mentally and physically, and a complete healing began to take place before her eyes. She had to pay the price by steady and readying her mind to receive the gift of healing. Heretofore her mind was divided in Silesians, as she was giving powers to diets, the climate, heredity, and other factors. The Bible says, "Are you going to say it is hard for me? Is the Lord's hand shortened that he cannot save?" She began to understand that the scientific thinker does not make the phenomenal war or any external thing a cause. The cause of all is the spirit within the God's presence. God is the first cause and all-powerful, supreme, and omnipotent. Nothing to oppose it, challenge it, thwart, officiate, and at the moment you postulate another power, you are divided in your mind. Your subconscious does not respond to your divided and confused mind. If you begin to press the up and down buttons in an elevator, you will not go up or down but remain where you are. Faith comes through understanding the laws of your mind and applying them diligently in all your affairs. You can't grow in faith in the same way that I mentioned previously that a chemist scrolls in his knowledge of chemistry or in physics or mathematics, enabling the research man to bring forward wonderful compounds for the alleviation of human misery, as well as removing the drudgery of life. Scientists are gradually growing in faith by constant research into nature and her laws, and they are accomplishing great things. The farmer has to deposit seeds in the ground in order to get a harvest. He must determine whether he is going to have wheat, oats, or barley. He makes a decision. He plants the seed in the ground. He has to give to get. He has to give to the soil. In order for you to receive, you must first give to your mind. Before you can receive wealth, you must first impress your subconscious mind with the idea of wealth, and whatever is impressed in the subconscious is expressed on the screen of space. You have things you know by right of consciousness only. You must build the mental equivalent into your mentality, whatever it is you want. You do this by giving your attention and devotion to health or wealth or peace or harmony or anything that you want in life. For the infinite is within you. The gift has been given. God is the giver and the gift, and you are the receiver. What can you give God? You can give God anything. God is that infinite presence and power in all over, all through all and all, the life principle, the progenitor, the father of all. What on earth could you give the infinite? It's all things to all men. It's everything. It's the blade of grass. It's the apple. It's the airs, the seas, everything. The whole world was here when you were born. The only thing you can give God are the living spirit within you and recognition on earth, loyalty and devotion. That's the only thing. Call upon me, I will answer you. I'll be with you in trouble and set you on high because you had known my name. The name is the nature of it. The nature is to respond to Him. You were told before you were called, I will answer. While you were yet speaking, I will hear. So, the answer is already within you. You have the answer to any problem under the sun. Intuition is within you. You can be taught from within. Telepathy is within you. Clairvoyance, all those faculties are within you. You can change your mind. You change your body and you change everything. Change your thoughts and keep them changed. All that any person can desire is already present. And the divine presence within you in which you live and move and have your being. For God lives, moves, and has being you. God is the life principle, a progenitor with the living spirit almighty within you. For God is spirit, that worship Him in spirit and in truth. The very fact that you desire something is proof of existence of that which you desire, and the act of desiring in your part is a response. Brings about a response from the supreme intelligence within you. Your Father knoweth what things you have need of before you ask. The need is already satisfied. The gift has been given, for God is the giver, and the gift you were the receiver. Soon thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. All things be ready if their mind be so. Help is now, peace is now, the healing presence is within you. Love is now, joy is now, power is now. Are you going to wait for the power of the Almighty to flow through you, within you, now? And say the power of the Almighty is flowing through me now. Are you going to wait for peace as someday a little peace of mind? The God of peace is within you, and that river of peace is flowing through you now. So the gift is already there. God is the giver and the gift. It's God dwells in you. So all things be ready. If the mind be, so accept peace and poise now. Accept inspiration now. Guidance now. You must open your eyes. You must open your heart and receive. If you have something in both hands, you know you must drop something to pick up something, mustn't you? You must get rid of the false beliefs in your mind and accept the truth, which is, for all things already the mind be so. Ready your mind to accept the gift, for I am the Lord that He liveth. The healing power of God is within you. Heals a cut in your finger. It's right there. The surgeon removes tumor, he says. Nature will heal you. He removes the block, and so you'll always get a response. You have perhaps experienced this, that you try to solve a particular problem. You rack your brain, so to speak. You asked others to help you. He looked up all the books. You're trying to find a solution which the scientist or the chemist or the pharmacist sometimes does, or the research pharmacologist or the doctor or the surgeon or the astrophysicist. You struggle with the problem. You try to get an answer, and then you're exhausted. You will sort of give up, and you turn it over to the deeper mind, and you go off to sleep. Perhaps, oftentimes, the answer comes to you in a dream. In the vision of the night, comes to you sometimes as you awaken in the morning, pops into your mind like toast out of a toaster. It happens over and over and over again. You pay the price: attention, devotion, loyalty, recognition of the supreme intelligence which knows only the answer. And you surrendered. When you give up, when you turn it over and said, there is that within me that knows. And the answer came. You engage as supreme intelligence on an infinite presence and power which responded to you. So you gave an attention and you got the answer. Einstein loved mathematics, and it is revealed its secrets to him. He was engrossed and fascinated with the universe and its laws. The unified field theory came to him in a flash, like a flash of lightning into his subconscious reasoning mind. He gave his attention, devotion, and industry to the subject of time, space, and fourth dimension in his subconscious, responded by revealing the secrets of these subjects to him. Edison experimented, meditated on, and explained the principles of electricity. He had an intense desire to light up the world and serve mankind. And electricity eluded secrets to him. He paid the price by perseverance, stick-to-itiveness, and confidence, knowing that the answer would come. Yes, he gave it attention and devotion too. He loved that principle of electricity, and of course, he brought forth countless inventions because he paid the price of attention, stick-to-itiveness, complete dedication to his project, knowing in his heart and soul there was a subjective intelligence which would respond. He kept on keeping on, and his deeper mind never failed him. Self-condemnation and self-criticism are two of the most destructive emotions, generating psychic poison throughout your system, robbing you of vitality, strengthen equilibrium, resulting in general ability of the entire organism. Love is the fulfilling law of health, harmony, peace, and abundance. Love means that what you wish for another, you must also wish for others. When you love the other person, you radiate peace and goodwill to him and rejoice in his success and happiness. I suggested to a musician that in order to become outstanding in his field, he should pray as follows. God is the great musician. I am an instrument and a channel for the divine. The God presence flows through me as harmony, beauty, joy, and peace. The infinite presence and power plays through me the eternal melody of love. And when I play the melody of the one who forever is. I am inspired from an eye, and majestic cadence has come forth, revealing the eternal harmony of God. Within a few years, he became extraordinarily successful. The price he paid was attention, reverence, and devotion to the eternal being from whom all blessings flow. A man who cannot make ends meet must pay the price, and the price is not hard labor and burning the midnight oil, but it is in building into his consciousness the idea of wealth. Man possesses all things by right of consciousness. You can work 14 or 15 hours a day. If your mind is not productive, your labor will be in vain. Is your mind productive? Wisdom is an awareness of the presence and power of God in you. And understanding is the application that intelligence and that wisdom to solve your daily problems. The kingdom of God is within you. Kingdom of intelligence, wisdom, power, and beauty for the divine presence is within you. And all of God is where you are. You can work 14 or 15 hours a day, and if your mind, isn't at peace, if you're not full of geniality and cordiality and goodwill, your labor will be in vain, for faith worketh with love. You may have tremendous faith in your particular field of engineering, science, art, industry, or business, but if you lack cordiality, geniality, and goodwill, and good feeling, you stumble and fall, don't you? So the kingdom of God is there. This means an infinite intelligence, boundless wisdom, and all the power of the infinite are lodged in your deeper mind. God's infinite ideas that are available to you if you only tuned in and rejoice that infinite spirit is revealing to you what you need to know. For God is spirit, and that worship Him in spirit and in truth. So, you worship no man on the face of the earth. Worship is to give you a supreme attention, loyalty, and devotion to the one presence and power within you. For I am the Lord, that is my name. My glory you shall not give to another, neither shall you give my praise. I am there, is no one else. And from the rising of the sun to the setting of the same, There is none else. So you see, when you realize there's only one power moving as unity, will, and harmony, there's no cause for evil anymore. Because you've been thrown in your mind the one presence in power. A man who lived near me on Alpha Street some years ago told me that in 1950 he was bankrupt. He prayed for guidance and asked the creative intelligence to reveal the next step. He had an overpowering feeling to go into the desert. And while musing there, the idea came to him to visit his father-in-law. He told him the tremendous potentialities he foresaw in that desert place. That people would leave Los Angeles. They've come up from the east and they built homes and hospitals and schools and all that in that desert place. And his father-in-law hired him as a salesman, promoter of the desert land. Today, he has his own office and a multi-millionaire in real estate. The faculty of intuition is within you. He will start from within what to do. He paid the price of recognition and are following the lead which came to him. The mere fact that you desire an answer means the answer is already present in your mental and spiritual world, in which you live and move and have your being. Yes, it is there in an idea. There is a principle, as an archetype, as a passion. For everything comes out of the invisible. You came out of the invisible yourself, and so did the whole world. So, again, realize that in Him you live and move and have your being. God lives, moves, and as being you. God is the giver and the gift, and you must be a received. That you must be a good receiver. Receive the gift. Many people are very poor receivers. They say, the good things are not for me, therefore Mrs. Jones is down the streets, you know. Well, everything has been given to you. God Himself indwells you. The whole world is yours. The sun shines on the just and the unjust. The rain falls on the good and the evil. Mathematicians tell us there's enough fruit drops in the tropics to feed all humanity. Rots in the ground. Go out in the desert and pour what will grow anything. You can have an idea worth a fortune. A creative idea, yes, will come to you too, which you must pay the price. Recognize it. You may be a stenographer or salesman. You may be a chemist or a doctor. But you can say, infinite spirit within me reveals to me better ways in which I can serve. God's creative ideas unfold within me, revealing to me new and better ways of accomplishing great things and serving humanity. New ideas will come to you. Yes, original ideas and wonders will happen as you pray that way. But remember, you must recognize it is there. You must call upon this. You must have faith in it, not mumbo jumbo. Some years ago, I visited Jasper Park Lodge, Alberta, Canada. A very beautiful place, by the way. And the waitresses and the waiters and the men, they're all from the various colleges in Canada. And they're all studying, had been studying long various lines, but they're all college students. One of the waitresses, they had a perplexing problem. I suggested to her that at night prior to sleep, she turned over her request to her deeper mind. I said, you must recognize it only knows the answer and go to it with faith and with understanding. You must pay that price. Price is belief and accepting. Just recognizing it's there. When you turn the tap, you expect the water to flow, don't you? Well, there you pay the price. You believe the water will flow, then you use your finger to turn on the tap. She spoke to her deeper mind this way. Reveal to me the answer. I know that you know only the answer. She loved herself to sleep with his prayer. The next day she received cable telegram from Ontario which solved her problem. She had to pay the price by thinking about the answer. Knowing that there was an answer, she gave attention to a deeper mind and received the answer in the morning. There's something you must do first, and the answer will come. The Father worked it there too, and I work. Yes, the God presence forever controlling the universe, guides the planets in their course, causes the sun to shine. It's operating your body, takes care of you when you're sound asleep. You must do something. You must begin to use it. Call upon it, will now respond to you. You do not call upon it if you do not recognize it, if you not believe in it. It's just the same as were you not there. For the God presence will do nothing for you except through you, through your own thoughts, your own imagery, through your own beliefs and conviction. So you're told get wisdom of all. They are get understanding. Doctor has wisdom, for example. A young intern wanted to become a surgeon. His hand was shaking. He was nervous and he had to take a glass of water. For half an hour every day, it took him 6 months before he had a steady hand. He paid the price. He became a great surgeon. But he had to pay the price. Attention, devotion. Get rid of that nervousness and take a glass of water full to the brim without dropping, without using a drop which you give up after a while. Would you forget, bored, and say, "Oh, I can be bothered"? Well, you know he wanted to be that. He had to pay the price, didn't he? You don't want your hand to shake when you're operating, do you? You want a surgeon who is poised and balanced, serene and calm, and who is skilled and has wisdom, isn't it? He is skilled. There's wisdom to the ophthalmologist. With the laser beam, or he takes a detached retina and heals it upon a minute or two, or takes out a cataract. Well, he's skilled. He's paid the price of attention. He has absorbed, fascinated, and growth, study and application, and now he's the great surgeon. He's called for the ABAs, called England, Ireland, different places. You can rest assured he doesn't have to pray for wealth or money. It just flows to him because he has skill, he has wisdom, dexterity. There is the high mechanical wisdom where you can, for example, solve the problem. But the mechanic, he looks at the problem, sees it immediately and solves the problem. He has studied mechanics, perhaps loves cars and all their parts and so forth. Give attention, studied, applied himself. French took a car apart and read up all that he was about the techniques and the modus operandi, and now he's very skilled. And one man recently says, young boy, going to school, he said good $5 an hour because of his skill and his application, because of his intense interest and his devotion and application to his study. So you see, you have to pay the price, and then it is done unto you as you believe.